Greetings, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to play a ranked draft in Throne of Eldraine. We're on our secondary free-to-play account here. Still a free-to-play account, but it's the one we don't really care if it gets to 4x. It's where we play limited when we have 4x'd our main account on the set we want to play. We want to play Throne of Eldraine today, and we have 4x of everything of Throne of Eldraine on our main account. So rather than use our gold resources to get some diminishing returns on gems in the rare slot, we're going to just let that account grow its gold while we play Eldraine over here on a side account that also has a lot of resources that we have also not paid any money for. We've done the $5 welcome bundle on this account too, but largely, basically, we're free to play on these. And we don't care if we get all of our Throne of Eldraine cards here, but for whatever Throne of Eldraine cards you need for yourself in paper, the best place to get them, in my opinion, is cardkingdom.com. If you want to check them out via my affiliate link down below in the panels, it's a way to support this stream. I often mention, you know, I'm never going to tell anybody that they should never look anywhere else for their Magic product. It's a competitive industry out there. There's going to be deals and sales that you need to jump on and take advantage of. I do just encourage everybody to make sure you're keeping Card Kingdom in your loop for consideration, and that you give them a try and see how high quality their customer service, shipping, and products are. And then if you just keep them in there in your rotation, you're going to find out that they're the winner a lot of the time in competing for your business. And if they are the winner in competing for your business, please remember my little stream here, and that you can hop back to my stream, enter Card Kingdom through my affiliate link, and support my stream through acquiring what you need for your paper Magic game. So thank you for that, Card Kingdom. Thank you for your sponsorship. I'm going to jump in. I'll get pick number 1 up here so you can start looking at it. Looks like chat's busy with some interesting stuff. We'll check in with them momentarily. This is not a place where we care about gem grinding. We'll do it if there's if the opportunity cost is super low, but we can always take the card we want for our deck over something like a Wishclaw Talisman, which is not a good rare and not one we have a bunch of here anyway. So we're not going to take the rare here. I'm curious to see whether people think this is a Covetous Urge, Forever Young, Secret Keeper. You know, Reeve Soul is a nice, simple place to start here. We could actually just take a Secret Keeper and see if we can't find our way into blue. It is possible. And we could just treat Secret Keeper like the powerful card it is and take him early when we see him, end up with a few of them and potentially still do that. Barrage is all right, but it's like a 5-drop. I hate starting with 5-drop. It is the only red card, though. I'm much less concerned with the signals I'm sending downstream in paper, but in bot reality, it's worth noting that, you know, taking a red card here and then cutting all the upcoming red will almost certainly lock all the bots downstream out of red and make it, you know, you could, this is like, you can kind of start with a Searing Barrage with the expectation that you could, if the packs fall right, you could almost push it mono red. Anyway, I'll let you think about those picks as I catch up on chat a little bit. Yes, we're gem independent, as Dee said. We have too many gems. Oh yeah, it shouldn't, bling should not interfere with your ability to take in game information, Brian. That's fair. What's up, Resonator? All right, we'll try and get you through your day here, buddy. Robert's gem independent. Looks like a lot of support for Reeve Soul. Dread Pirate, thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. Yeah, seeing a lot of blue-red because it's been a little bit open. I've been facing a lot of blue-red lately, and actually it's pretty good. Blue-red is pretty good against the meta of, as we experienced yesterday, of 1 toughness creatures. We managed to pick up 4 wins yesterday, but it was a real hard-fought path against lots of tokens. Link's locked in, man. Can't move Link. Somebody paid $1,500 just to not move Link. Thank you for your use of redemption, though, D. And you can do anything else. You can get anything you want. You just can't move Holly and you can't move Link. Tron had a great experience with Card Kingdom. Good to hear. Too many gems. Well, at some point, if you play as much Magic as you want and don't need any, like, we don't. I got 3 accounts with north of 10,000 gems each, and it's like, I don't, you know, what do we do with it all? You're welcome, Robert. I'm glad you're finding the methodology working for you and your daughter. That's awesome. Swordsman, hello. Yes, it can struggle to end. That's why I like you need, if you're going to be an aggro deck in this format, you do need to ask yourself, how are you finishing this off? How are you closing the deal? How are you getting those last 3 to 6 points? And so I just think you have to keep that in mind as you're making your picks, and make sure you're picking, even if you end up with a blow your house down or something, like you pick those up cheap and late in case you don't get the better stuff, and then you can at least have that as your answer to that question. But you do need to answer that question. New lunchbox for D. Okay, that's a good request. Or maybe it's not new, but we haven't had it up for a while. I'm gonna bring in Dragon's Lair. Dragon's Lair lunchbox from the classic 80s video disc based kind of puzzle game almost. We're gonna put that up here. It has been up. It just got pulled off. I still have to make that list. Then people will know what they have to choose from. Yeah, adamant on barrage is a thing. All right, well, sorry, this has been longest first pick of all time, but I'm going to make it 20 seconds longer by polling it and see what people want. We have Urge, we have Barrage, based on the cutting the red, or the kind of grown-up Reeve. Or I'm going to put Secret in the mix too. If you wanted to take Secret Keeper and see if we can't revisit an old frenemy, I would do that. Good time zone, Bando. Welcome. Very close one, but a lot of support for Barrage. I think the people choosing Barrage here are really playing the bots, and there's some sense in that. Like I said, red is widely open. We aren't, this is maybe not the best for stream variety, as we end up in red a lot these days, but this, taking Barrage would be acknowledging the leaning of the bots. D is late with the Urge vote. Yeah, we can take Urge just to try and do something differently here. But man, blue-black seems hard to get into these days. So in paper, I'm going to take the Urge. In paper, I'm taking Covetous Urge and seeing if we can't land nicely here. This isn't paper, though. This is Arena Bots. We know what they're up to. But yeah, we can take another. I didn't even put it on the list, but Venerable Knight is a defensible pick too for similar reasons of Searing Barrage. We could take Venerable Knight and try and cut white. But I'm gonna go. Hey, you got to get to the polls on time, D. And now somewhat rewarded, because having Searing Barrage just makes me want to take Inspiring Veteran here. I mean, it's also the best card in the pack. It's 2 color, but it's just the best card here. Except maybe Bargain, which is going to wheel anyway. Talisman seems like a lot of work, but maybe you're not far off. And we're talking about how this is arguably the best removal in the format, given how red skewed we are. And we are trying to cut red. This is not a strong red card, so... Well, Razor, you know, I guess, you know, if somebody were to go back and watch my Eldraine content in a random playlist, it would seem like there's a lot of variety on Arena. Yeah, second Urge, that would have been fine, but we're on this path now. Here we go. Like it or not. Weaselback and Crashing, probably Wheel. I actually don't like the Burning Yard Trainer very much as a 5-drop, but it's playable. It's playable. I just don't love it, but we'll take it here and try and wheel this red cap. And we do want to embrace the Knights if we can, although we can also, you know, I'm taking another Barrage here and maybe we end up mono red. A notch better than playable, yes. It's not just playable, but it's not great, right? You want it to be great in the Knight deck, and instead it's just, yeah, okay. And also, just 5 ends up being crowded. I mean, here we are taking a third 5-drop, so... Robert wants Ferocity. We have 2 humans to start our Knight draft. Not that we're necessarily going to play either of these. We might not end up white, so you might be onto something with the Ferocity, but I'm going to take a second Barrage. Here we got a Bargain or a Dummy. I like the Dummy, but I'm going to take Bargain because it's great for the aggro red deck. It cuts red, and those are the 2 reasons. There, I said them. Blow Your House Down is that reach card I was saying. You can pick these up easily late to just make sure you have something to fill in the that slot of how are we winning. But I don't like Thrill. I don't like wheel spinning in the mono red aggro. So yeah, I think we... Five barrages in one game. How do you? That's a yeah. I think you're dead on barrages only. I think we take a dwarf here. Even 3 dwarves is fine. And if this draft does not go well, we might be realizing I will take any 2/2 for 2 I can get to plug that curve hole. So we'll start with a dwarf, see where it goes. Here's another shot at a Ferocity again, though. Often, if we're white red Knights, it's not really very non-human heavy. I like this. I've been liking this in the green, black red. Although that has a lot of humans too. There's just Ogre Errant that I think serves the deck better. Yeah. Robert really wants the Ferocity. I still don't love it, Robert. I mean, if we're human leaning, and I think we're gonna wheel one of the ones we passed earlier. It's just not that much of a priority to me, even though it does do kind of the helps finish. If we end up mono red, yeah. All right, well here I'll do this. I will pull this. We'll see who's on board. We'll call it Wilds versus Ogre. And I don't think the Red Cap Raiders is in consideration here. In a deck where we have an inspiring veteran and a Burning Yard trainer that we're trying to play so that we play our early picks, the Ogre Errant rises above a non-knight, in my opinion. Tron makes the argument that ogres are easy to get. We can pick these up. That's true. I've often ended up with 3 of these available and only played 2. I think 2 is where I want to be with these. But yeah, Wilds are often also available as a late pick, but it's an uncommon. But it wheels. The point is probably we're going to get all the ogres. I think all the ogres and all the ferocities will be available to us the first time they make it through the packs, right? Like here is pick 8. We're going to get ogre errants and we're going to get ferocities. I'm going to take the ogre errant. It's what I want right now. It's where we're leaning. I don't like this. Is a knight. We'll take it, but I don't love it. Here's a barge in we can grab. Here's a raiders I can get behind, although if we end up mono red, we could just take the henge walker. I think even in that case, we would still just rather have the red cap raiders anyway. No, I don't think I want the mine. I still would like to get this inspiring veteran played. I'd rather have the raiders than the mine there. We don't have a blow your house down yet, so we'll take this. There's crashing drawbridge, which is pretty aggro, but it does fit in the 2s. And if we end up with foxes, we wouldn't hate the drawbridge. I think we'll find better than blow your house down. Heck, we have 2 searing barrages already that help us give us that that finishing fuel. So I'm going to take the drawbridge, and maybe we play it. Same with the fling here. I know Robert likes the scarecrow too, but I'm going to take a fling as a possible. True Love's Kiss also possible. Pretty garbage pack for us. Looks really great for green-black. Look at this trio for a green-black deck, but that's nowhere near where we're at. Nowhere near. I mean, we could cut the white and take Sir Conrad and try and be black-red. Yeah, we take Preserver and try to be black-green or red-green. We're certainly not married to white. So we could probably wheel this Youthful Knight anyway. You want to spec on Conrad or Preserver? Or even Epic. I'll pull this one. I think we should take a flyer on one of these green or black cards. Draft the hard way a bit here. I'll even give 30 seconds to make this. But yeah, and I can look at our gem situation at least to understand it. We have no Wildborn Preservers, so we're not going to get any gems out of this Wildborn basically ever. But we'll do Wild for the Wildborn, Epic for Epic Downfall, and Sir for Sir Conrad. And no, don't make it a gem pick. This will never produce gems for us on this account. This is our secondary free-to-play account, which we're using as a place to play free limited while we build up resources on our main free-to-play account for the upcoming set. I kind of agree, Fenor. I don't think Conrad is where we want to be, but you could make an argument for Epic Downfall as part of a shift towards aggro red-black knights, or Wildborn Preserver for green-red non-human. Interesting. So late vote from Fenor for Wildborn Preserver, and I do like Wildborn Preserver over Sir Conrad for where this deck is going. We want to play these red 5s, and so I'm less inclined to want to take a double black 5. It doesn't matter. It's a tie anyway. I'm deciding this. So I'm going to take Wildborn Preserver. Another Sir Conrad, making me question my life choices. And we can take that one too, honestly. We could just take an out muscle to follow this this Wildborn Preserver. I wasn't looking. I didn't want to just chase more green or whatever, but Fling and Wolverine are bad. Shining Armor is bad. Scarecrow and Roving Keep are not worth taking. Righteousness is bad. Like, this is just all bad except for Sir Conrad and out muscle. So it's kind of funny that our decision last pack is really influencing this one, because certainly if we had gone with Sir Conrad last pack, I'd just take another one here, even though again that kind of loads us up at 5. We're going to take out muscle, and again, not assume we're green or white or anything. Heck, I mean, I kind of just want to take Steel Claw here. We can take Shield Breaker. I think we might wheel the Shield Breaker. It is possible to wheel the Shield Breaker, and Steel Claw is so good. Razor's thinking we're punished because, yeah, if we taken Sir Conrad, we could take Steel Claw here. Shieldbreaker is fine, but my greedy side wants to try and wheel it. I think we well, we cut red pretty hard. And we can wheel Halberd too. That's another thing we could do. Absolutely. Go out, take Shieldbreaker, try to wheel Halberd. That's probably the grown-up approach here, is take Shieldbreaker, try and wheel Halberd. So I'll do that. I'll be grown-up. Interesting. A lot of white-red support here. We could swing back into white with a Fireborn Knight. It's on theme with Knights and the Veteran. Or we can take another Shieldbreaker. I don't see any green here that pulls me. Trapped is okay, but I'd rather just take the Fireborn. Not that I know of, Jikerman. Yeah, I think this is probably Fireborn, although this is the safest of safe picks is here. Although really Fireborn, you know, the other thing we can end up still is mono red, in which Fireborn is fine. Guide Mother, also reasonable. Might wheel it. I'm going to go with Fireborn. And immediately rewarded with a lot of evidence that we should get back into the white path here. Inspiring Veteran. Trapped and Silver Flame are nice. Rimrock is nice. But let's take this Inspiring Veteran and look back towards good old Boros. We like a Silver Flame in these decks, maybe even more so than a Merchant or a Paladin. I'm going to take first Silver Flame. They tend to be easier to get, but I'm going to take Silver Flame. Another Steel Claw. For those of you who wanted Sir Conrad, this deck looks a lot different right now. Take this Jousting Dummy, though, especially with double Veteran now. Another red cap removal. Sign me up. And here's pick 9, where we did indeed wheel our Youthful Knight. So our decision to go for the Wildborn Preserver, absolutely correct, in that we wheeled the one card that the pack had for our white-red deck anyway. I've had double Lance before, and it's been good. But look at this. This is what I mean. This is why I was going to try and wheel the Shieldbreaker. For those of you know, some responded like, wheel a Shieldbreaker? That's never going to happen. Well, we are in the right colors, I'll say that. I'm going to take a Blood Haze. What's our twos looking like? Nah, I'm not going to take a Blood Haze. Like, we would rather just have a single 7 Dwarf over a Blood Haze Wolverine. So I'm just going to take Vault Progress here. I don't think Outmuscle is worth splashing in an aggro Resonator. You don't want to... I don't think you want to mess around with that kind of splash when you're trying to be a low-down aggro deck. It's hard enough to hit your mana as it is. Don't think we're playing Rally, but maybe we'll get surprised. Nice red cap wheel. Oh, beautiful Silver Flame wheel. What a pickup. And here we are again. This is why, you know, sorry if you're bored with Boros, but what am I supposed to do? It ends up being correct to force it. Not that we forced it. I'm just saying force is the wrong word. It's somewhat hyperbolic to use that word there, but recognizing that red is undervalued consistently produces at least a baseline playable deck. I have not seen Ryan Sachs's drafting bot, but I believe I communicated with him about drafting bots at one point. Yeah, this is an easy... I was just catching up with chat. But we're going to take... Even though we're a bit full on 5... we're not so full. Yeah, 4th 5 is fine. But, you know, in these Boros aggro decks, 5 drops are like 12 drops in some respects. Well played, Resonator. Well, we're totally wheeling this red cap. We have one dance. We could take a dance and use some of our rare wild cards to mine for 20 gems. I think with 2 veterans, we're not going to be playing Smasher. And we're going to wheel the Weasel is the thing. So given that we're going to wheel the Weasel, and I don't want a second Ardenvale. I think we have one, right? I'm not running this even an 11-6 split, Robert. I don't think that's correct. I mean, you're not playing this till you get 4. And so 11-6, you need like 6 lands before you reliably have 4. I don't want this as a 6-drop. Mike and Robert want to try and take Smasher to make that, possibly make that work. I really don't think that's going to happen. It's probably better for our gem EV to just take the dance and do the conversion, because at least we have one of those, so we don't have to spend 4 wild cards to do it. Just going to take a red cap here. A little sad, but yeah, red cap. I'm going to go with Youthful Knight. Oh, Trapped in Tower. I saw Youthful first, but we'll take some removal here. And wow, see? What are you supposed to do when the bots do this now? You're supposed to lean Boros. That's what you're supposed to do. Yeah, Rimrocks would be great, right? We're running out of time to find a Rimrock, but we do have a 1 Silver Flame here, and we wheeled this one for last pick. Pack 1, so maybe we get this one back. Anyway, taking that. For the Sir Conrad pickers, we have a Bell here that would have gone nicely in that deck. A second Dwarf is one thing, but we want all the Knights we can with double Veteran, so we're going to take a Youthful Knight here. Gets particularly good when buffed. Neither of these are Knights, so we can take either one. We have Crashing Drawbridge we might play, Trapped and Jousting that we're definitely playing. Too late to worry about Dwarf Cutting Razor, I think. You know, we only have 1 Dwarf. It's not going to be a thing. We're pack 3, pick 7. Yeah, let's go with Squire. Is it just better? Oh, yeah. Okay. I was wondering why you thought like we should try and really make that dwarf thing work now. Not a knight, but we can consider another Raiders. Here's a knight. Here's another knight, though. I think we want the 2-drop knight. We can definitely get rid of 7 dwarves. We can think of Silver Flames as 3s. I don't think we're playing this Fling. Dance, we're going to go Craft, if I can remember. Rally, I don't know about. Yeah, I think I just want another 2-drop Knight here. Yeah, we probably are not playing Rally. That's fair enough. Although we do have Silver Flame, which makes Rally a little better. Our answer to Brutes is attacking them with 2 power while they're attacking us with 1 power. I'm going to go with the Jousting Dummy. We did find a Weasel back. Late. I'm going to take generic Knight over another 5. Like, we don't want to play any more 5s than this, so we'll take generic Knight. Probably over and play that over a Raiders. Here's a 3rd 1-drop Knight, a 4th 1-drop Knight. We could snag a Blow Your House Down. Do we need it? We have 2 Searing Barrages, some reach with the Pinger. Yeah, we can run the bridge as Brute Control too. Before, if they don't pump them, this Pinger's Brute Control. I don't think we need blow, so I'll take another knight. Just taking a look there. Oh, almost did this. We're going to go craft some dances. Remember, this account is not made for playing any kind of constructed. It is purely to get free limited, and this is what you do on accounts where you're trying to get free limited and nothing else. You craft up to 4x before you leave a draft with your spare wild cards. Then you go back into the draft. And when you finish it, you'll get some gems for your troubles. Yeah, I'm not playing either one, Robert. It didn't matter. I'm not playing Blow Your House Down either is the thing. So, just, you know, I think it's slightly more likely to play a fourth Weaselback than that. Which is funny, because at the outset of the set, I would have predicted I wasn't going to play Weaselbacks at all. But here we are. I'm taking a moment to update my spreadsheet. Oh, look, I get to copy yesterday's entry exactly. We are grinding for 20, and we paid $7.50 to get in here. Oh, it's not. Oh, this is best of one, though, so it's not exact. It is different from yesterday. All right. Fenor, you should absolutely do that. I just forget to sometimes. Fenor asks, what are your thoughts on spending common and uncommon wildcards at the beginning of a format, assuming 100 plus of each, to further your vault progress when you draft? Yeah, absolutely. Well, they're not good for anything except converting into cards. So if you have a huge surplus of common and uncommon wildcards, absolutely spend them up front. What I do when I remember is I go through and I craft the most appealing looking constructed commons and uncommons from the new set. That's where I start. All right. We'll go, gosh, a lot of cuts. I think we're running 17 with all of these. Not running a paladin. Probably cutting both of those. We're going to think of these as 3s. Maybe we aren't playing the drawbridge here. Definitely, like, maybe even a couple of the red caps. This leaves us at 19.8. Cut a dummy. Knight of the Keep should go bye-bye, but we don't have much going on at 3 if we're not doing things like shield breaking or whatever. And I really love one Silver Flame in a deck. Yeah, Silo, we could cut the Burning Yard Trainer. Again, I'm never super impressed with this. I think I want both barrages. No, I don't. I don't love the Burning Yard Trainer and could be convinced to cut it. We got to cut something, so let's cut a 5. Cut our worst 5 makes sense to me. And I guess we just have to give up on the knight. What is our knight count with that? Still at 14 knights overall. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think we cut a drawbridge. Sorry, Robert. I know you want that as some level of haste protection. No, I still don't want to drop a land with 3 5s. I think that's super greedy. We also have a 2 Fireborn Knights that want pumping. This is a 17 lander. Just 3 5s. That Silo, I would say that type of thing about 4s. Can we go to 16 since we just have 3 4s? Then that's a thought that makes sense to me, but 4 4s, 3 5s, and 4 creatures that pump do not make for me a 16 lander. You want to cut a dummy? Can't quite do that. I'm looking at, let's see, ritual. We could cut 1 red cap melee. We could cut Barge in. No, I like 2 barge ins. Bad pump? Yeah, I mean, it's not great pump. My point is, though, that if you flood out a bit, there's places to dump it, is my point. I love the squires, too. They are effectively our 3-drops. Like, I'm not cutting any squires. No way. One thing I suggested for the bots, James, is that they teach them... They go ahead and cheat a little bit with the bots and allow them to understand what the other bots are settling into. And if the bots are going to leave a color completely undrafted, to like force one of the bots to make sure that there's at least one bot in every color. That's one thing you could do. Although, you know, that happens in human drafts too. Sometimes you're the only green drafter and you get super paid. It just happens a little more often on Arena than should happen. Yeah, just thinking. It's nothing we ever settled on. Just philosophical musings about approaches you could take. Yeah, it's true. We could just run this and be fine. That's the certainly the Jay Schneider mentality, that sweating this last pick, it is not a big deal. We could just run this and be fine. I can't quite cut a squire, so I will cut the ritual so we can get to drafting, or get to playing here. And we're going to call this forced entry. Like coercion, like coerced. We didn't force red, but the bots coerce us. Yeah, you know, coercion. This is 17. Sorry, here I can get out of the... I haven't been switching to deck building, but here you go. You want a 10? Yeah, I think 10-7 is right too. Well, is it? We really want to make sure we get the veterans on 2. No, I like actually 9-8 because of Youthful Knight, and with 4 2-drops that require white, I don't want to go to 7. All right, I'm just going to go with this so we can get on with it. Oh, thank you. I'm a terrible speller. Let me at least not offend people with bad spelling. Is that correct? See, I'm so bad I don't even know if you're telling me correct. Let's look it up. Thank you. Yeah, without red squiggly lines, I'm a lost man. You're not wrong, Resonator, but that's another reason to be happy that we're at 17 lands. It's so heavily red right now, I don't mind the risk, but I hear what you're saying. And here's where I'm glad, you know, this could have been our 8th planes that we decided not to include, and turns this from a great hand into a bad hand if this is 3 mountains. Yeah, Frogify on Yorvo's... Sorry. Yorvo, don't Frogify Yorvo, people. That's not the way. Aha! We have one of those in our sideboard. Look, it's a mountain. This is going to be useful. We might have to Yeah, as you say, we might have to use some of these spare lands of ours on this thing pretty quickly. If anything happens to that would, like, if Oppo plays goes land, 1-drop non-human, and looks to make this +3/+3, we're gonna have to cap it. We're gonna try and cap this thing post Fireborn if we can help it. But if we have to, we'll fire this off and take that thing out before it gets out of hand. Just so. But let's let him spend first. Oh wait, no, I can't let him spend first, right? I just screwed it up. I was thinking I would let him put it on this. Oh no, I can't. Good. This is what I thought would happen. Then I was like, oh crap, maybe this won't happen. But that's exactly what I was. Okay, whew. Right, Razor and I just had the same panic. Like, oh my god, did I screw this up? But yes, that's what I thought happened. And now we have to, sadly, cap our own mountain, but worth it. Worth it here. Oh, wow. And never punished. Never punished. We're going to attack in and then Halberd play Shield Breaker. That was an okay sequence. And we still get Fireborn a little bit late, but Fireborn comes down next turn. Nice response from Oppo. That's makes it so we can't attack with a veteran at least, and we're going to offer up Shield Breaker for adversary, though. That's fine. I guess we could send this. Like, what's the consequence? They eat this. Nah, we don't want... it's still too valuable. Sometimes you just sacrifice the veteran because it's going to mean complete inevitability, but we're not in complete inevitability mode here, so we're going to be conservative with our veteran. Razor's questioning how that works. Let's see. I don't know. No, that's correct, because the pay X is a trigger, and then you resolve the trigger, and it puts the put X on the stack. I don't think it's bugged. I think that's correct. Sorry, Oppo, not trying to slow roll you. We're trying to understand Magic rules. Oh, barge in just to make it easy. Just to make it, like, I'm gonna do the no-look pass here. I mean, none of these trample. They're all humans, but this is still gonna be fine. So we barge... Let's see, if we pump here... Yeah, I guess we just barge here. Or did I miss a win? I really want to take out this keeper. And that looks good. We don't need to pump anything more. It doesn't have trample. I might have missed lethal there. Sorry. I got very focused on taking out the keeper, and I think I missed lethal. And maybe no lethal was available? Or held vet back. Yeah, I'm not sure. Basically, I'm not sure I thought that through to the extent that I should have. But it did feel to me, you know, I was talking about sacrificing the veteran when you feel you've achieved real inevitability. And I think we have here, so should be fine. But it wouldn't have worked just as well, right? Because we were at... Or did I have that wrong? Yeah, it would have killed it. Yeah, you're right. I should have pumped. Yeah, that was my big mistake. I think Steven hit it. Yeah, Steven and Mike. I somehow was thinking that pumping the Fireborn was a trade and not a win. So that was the big mistake there. Yes, is misevaluating what that pump meant, what the pumping the Fireborn meant for combat. Yeah, we did get to play the dummy, but I should have just won the combat through pumping and then put the barge in somewhere else. Yeah, it doesn't win the combat, but it trades it. Like it wasn't a big mistake because I don't think it changes all that much. But I think the two big mistakes, they weren't big. The two mistakes on that turn were not properly evaluating what the pump would do for the Fireborn and not more carefully evaluating whether we still wanted to send in the veteran. I think our victory would have been more assured if we did not send in the veteran. But we got there. I'll take the win. The win in the lesson. Double pump. I wasn't... double pump what? I mean, Fireborn is 4 to pump. So we had 1 pump on the Fireborn and a barge in, right? Who's talking about double pumping? I don't know. Maybe somebody else was. Let's go back in. Another beautiful looking hand. We're not going first, which is the dream, but a fine start here. Our intended sequence is going to be Red Cap into Youthful Knight into Veteran. Not sure if they're looking to trade or just trade for a trick. With our Veteran, I'm a little bit less inclined, but also do want to get their pump out of the way with the Youthful Knight, which is much more scary when you have the pump out of the way. But given the Veteran, I'm going to just try and race here. And I'm not even going to offer... We could offer the Red Cap trade, but I don't want to spend that mana that way. We're going to drop the Youthful Knight. Now, if we see the Squire come in, that's a pretty big... You know, it seems like they have a pump spell. Probably a Carver, especially with the Squire. I would expect a Carver. We're a little bit on the back foot. That's actually not too bad for us, I don't think. Depends on what they come up with here. If they can, like, make another... threat. I guess they can make the Brute unblockable. That's good for us too. Yeah, this is all fine. Picked up another land. We need another mountain to get our pinger down, but we do get the Veteran out here. And now we'll go ahead and offer the Red Cap for the Squire if they want that trade. And we can leave the Knight back if we feel like we're losing the race. But I'm going to go into we're going to try and win this race. We got some tools here. I'm afraid of bear suplex on the Veteran. That's kind of what I expect to happen here. Or that's the worst case scenario in my mind, therefore it's what I expect to happen. At least worst case scenario with common cards. They could play a mythic bomb, that would be even worse. That's not bad at all. They have Ginger Brute if they wanted to do, like... Yeah, I guess what they're gonna have to do... Maybe we barrage ahead of Bold. Like, if we, like, I see these 1 toughness and I salivate with this pinger that we can't even pay for yet. But the trouble... All right, maybe 10-7. No, I'm just kidding. But if we get our red and drop this, they're just going to eat the Ginger Brute to make Surkara block the Rider. So we may want to barrage the Rider before we drop our Pinger Knight. But this turn, I see I'm afraid of a trick. We thought they had a trick before. Oh, that's true. I can block with the first strike. That's an excellent point. I'm still a little worried about the removal potential, but totally correct that the Youthful Knight protects us against that play, provided it survives. But I didn't think about it, so that's good. We also have block. I think we go ahead and attack with the Youthful Knight and the red cap. I'm happy to trade either of these for any of this and any trick, because we're going to drop a Fireborn after. Yeah, so I'm expecting a trick here, and again, that's fine. Trying to get it out now. There's the Carver we were playing around before. And we basically replaced that guy with this one. And we have our first strike back in place on D. If they have another trick, we may want to still play conservative and barrage the Rider, because they could trick their way through the Fireborn Knight to take out one of our key creatures. Yeah, that's true. They might even forget and we eat it for free. I don't like to count on Oppo mistakes, though, if the... Oh, boy. Arbiter, I salute you. I salute Arbiter. Oh, shame scoop incoming. I'm gonna attack, leave Veteran back, attack with this and this. If they attempt to double or anything, we can Searing Barrage, but we're gonna... Okay, that's a great offer. Not gonna pump here. Take the natural double strike and get out our Pinger. Razor wants to pump. Oh yeah, I can't get out the Pinger, sure, so I should have done it. I guess we'll Barrage... Yeah, I was going to pump in the case of a double block. I'm going to leave Barrage up now, and we will at worst take out their Carver before we untap, and at best they play something even bigger and better that we take out. Yeah, good on Oppo for not shame scooping. And there you go, there's the better. Although we can trap that in a tower. We can trap either of these in a tower, though. Ooh, bold attack, sir. All right. I'm missing some lines here. Let's see if I can tighten up my brain. I mean, we're 2-0, but I'm a process man, and it feels like my brain is not processing at peak performance at the moment. I see what you did there, Haj. Great looking hand. And we get to go first this time. I'll be very surprised if we lose with this hand on the play. It's possible, but this is a beater. Yeah, Jikerman, it's not even that my... Jikerman saying, you know, don't be too hard on yourself effectively. I think your line was good. It's not even that whether my line was correct or not. It's that I didn't even process all of the relevant pieces, right? That's where I'm down on myself. Like, there were aspects to that turn and that attack that were very important that you didn't even consider. And you kind of just took some... I took some lazy shortcuts on that turn that I regret. I don't think you can, Buckeye, but you have my permission to buy amazing sleeves that you love with no regret. All right, we're going to offer both if they want to... obviously, we want to eventually veteran the red cap to make it a bigger threat, but if they want to trade their sweet uncommon off for our 1-mana creature, we're going to let them do that. I don't think they will, though. Then we get a Raging Red Cap, and if we draw any land, we get Inspiring Veteran Dummy or Inspiring Veteran Trapped next turn. Probably going to trap Wintermoor Commander in a tower eventually. Although maybe we just trap that in the tower. All right, so we did not get that. If we do that, we could just Veteran... I really wish we drew a land there. Life would be easy if we'd drawn a land. Oppo has put out a very nice opening curve to protect against our power draw. They got very lucky. Look at those lands. Got Mardutron. Mardutron with their aggro deck, so okay. If we vet and swing, we can't swing with the red cap. We can't swing with the Weaselback. We swing with the other two, and we're offering a trade on the Raging. No, I guess we're not. Yeah, it's a trade there. All right, that's good enough. I was trying to figure out how to not trade for the red cap, but this is good. Isn't it a trade here? Look, it's not a trade. Oh, yeah, we win that. All right, sorry. God, see, this is where I'm like, my line brain is just off. I'm just not seeing stuff that I feel like I would normally see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, chat. Some days are better than others, I guess. Good news is that we are having some success through my brain fog. Weasel definitely dies to the red cap, and I didn't want to make... I guess we could have made that trade too, but... All right, so now I think, yeah, we're probably trapping Ogre, but we could also go Fireborn, take a turn off, and then next turn have trapped and a really big attack. And I don't know how they're going to build their board out quite big enough. You like trap Ogre now? Trap and repeat? All right. I'll just let chat play. So they can now trade Commander for red cap, but I'm okay with that. Like, this is good. Weasel doesn't get eaten, right? How does Weasel get eaten? I think we're good. Now I'm doubting myself too. It's a bad impact of this is like I'm just feeling like everything I'm doing is in doubt. We'll play a dummy rather than pump the red cap. Pretty decent drain for Oppo. I don't know if that's enough, though. Are we in Suicidal Veteran mode? They have 2 unknown spells. I suppose they could have, like, Rally the Throne or whatever for blockers. I'm just thinking this through, because I've been making sure that attacking with a veteran is correct. Because last time I just did it without thinking too much. And I think with Pump here and Pump here, we can attack with a veteran, too, now. Arbiter does not want a suicide yet. You think this is too dangerous? Mike wants to swing all. Some people want to be conservative. I think they're desperate, and that's, you know, so I think we can swing all. Okay, well, what does that change? I still think we can offer dummy. If they want to trade red cap for dummy, we'd do that, right? So let's offer the dummy. Don't even need to pump. They should trade. And then we get our Fireborn down. All right, somehow, through my fog of a brain today, we're 3-0. I can't seem to keep the deck down, despite my best efforts. Yeah, questionable mana there. Yeah, you're not wrong, Second Son. Might be, at the very least, bio break beverage time. So let me take a quick break. Refresh my beverage, get a snack, and then we'll see if we can't truck on to 7 wins here. Be right back. Hey everybody, I'm back. Thanks for waiting. What's going on? Talking breakfast. Yeah, I had a mono blue deck recently in the format. It happens. What's up, Nantuko? Fluffy face. Take a deep breath and learn to love the variance. It is just variance. Come on. I mean, also, the most dangerous thing you said there, because Fluffy Face says, I feel like I'm seeing far too many mulligans from myself, but I'm not sure how to fix 1 and 5 land hands. You just mulligan them. I've been forced into some awful keeps on Mold to 5 and wondering if I should just keep my 5 land hands or just chalk it up to variance. I understand the adult thing is to understand that it's variance, but 80%-ish of my limited play is currently decided by luck and not deck building. That's a nonsense sentence, a nonsense phrase that you're saying to make yourself feel better about your bad variance right now. But unless you show me the spreadsheet and talk to me about your methodology, that's just a throwaway phrase you're using to vent a little bit. And I get it. You've seen me vent. I vent plenty. But don't get trapped in that mentality. This is keepable, although I don't love Silverflame Squire being our first play, but I'm going to keep this. Even split of our mana. 2-drop. I think competition is a little easier in best of 3 depending on your current rank. I mean, that's the thing. If you're a low ranked player and you with a low win rate, competition is going to be easier in ranked, presumably. But I think mostly best of 3 is going to be below like platinum type rank. All right, we didn't. We could do Shield Breaker over Silver Flame. I think there's always a target for the artifact thing at some point, but I think I like the Shield Breaker a little better here than the Silver Flame because we can use On Alert next turn. On Alert's a legit play next turn, almost no matter what they do, either for extra damage. Shield Breaker is like, dude, you should have waited. We had him. Yeah, that's kind of frustrating to see a target right after, but gonna attack. Why are they thinking about blocking? I mean, you can block. I'll blow you out. Everybody should be playing around Silver Flame Squire at this point. And if they just take this, we're going to drop a Jousting Dummy and leave Red Cap up. Now they're going for it. No, they changed their mind. Okay. All right. See how this is going to be. Again, you know, 1/1s are pretty good in this environment where a lot of people like me are playing a lot of X1s. Oh, there's something to do about 1/1s. Let's see. We could... I'm not going to do anything. We're not going to attack into these. That would be silly. So let's just play Fireborn and hope that this legendary knight helps unclog this weenie situation. Would love a land off the top so we can get our pinger going. They may go with their Occam Ranger, which ostensibly protects their pingers, but we can trap it in a tower or ping in response. You know, ping at the end of their turn, they have to respond, then we untap and ping. There's basically, with a tap-based pump, they can't really protect these 1/1s forever. All right, swing and a miss on the Owl. That's good. More targets for this Shield Breaker. He's just shaking his head at the travesty. I really don't want to use this and go down a land right now. Also don't necessarily want to trap anything in a tower. If we ascend in the Fireborn and threaten a pump, we're looking at 3 points of first strike. They could throw like everything on in that spot and it would be worthwhile for them, so we're not going to do that. I'm just going to drop a red cap and pass here. And they seem to be mono white, and we haven't seen any trapped in a tower yet. I'm hoping that they would have used it like on a Fireborn Knight or red cap by now. What did I say was worthwhile? That's true. We had the trick. I guess I'm trying to build towards a longer game with this. That was a possible line. I don't hate my line, but I like building out the board. Right, yeah. We had a trick. Come on, land one time. Let's get on this. All right. Well, I don't think of this as a trick available to us when we really want to play this. Yeah, we could wait. We could try sending in and seeing what happens if we send in both of these. Okay, where would you be blocking? If we make this a 4/5. Yeah, we're gonna end up capping the owl probably. That's one thing. Like this is kind of reserved now for one of the flyers. But you're right that our time is low, because even if we take out this flyer, we're going to be facing this other Pathlighter. So to not lose here, we maybe need to turn it sideways a little. So given that, maybe we do have to take that we don't even play the bold right now. We try to get in there and end up using red cap on this turn. How are we answering both flyers? We can go Silver Flame trapped after combat. We can go Silver Flame plus red cap. Probably have to red cap that owl this turn though, given the timing. Well, I think we can. We'll see what they want to do. It's a little bit risky to attack with the red cap, the raging, but if we want, we can hit this, for example. But like, see, now we can squire the red cap and it's fine, right? It survives. They may have had some blocks that would have been awkward for us, but this is going to work. Now we're nice on the ground against their ground forces. And yeah, I think we just have to cap this flyer or we're going to lose this race. And there's an argument for actually getting rid of a plains, given that we have 2 searing barrages that we may need the adamant on to win a race. And what's our double white? No real double white needs. So yeah, I'm actually going to get rid of a plains. Yeah, plains does allow for squire trapped next turn. That's a reasonable observation for why to go for a mountain. But I think the double searing barrage is also a good reason to go mountain. Also, that like squire on the ground doesn't even matter much here. It's the it's this race with the Pathlighter that we're in trouble with. And Occam Ranger makes that even harder. I guess we trap the Ranger so that it can't pump, but maybe we want the Knight first. Maybe we don't have time, though. I guess if we trap the Ranger, we can attack. We gotta trap. I'm trying to figure out how to get this down so we can get some card advantage and maybe find the answer to the Pathlighter. But we just absolutely had to lock down Ranger now, both for our attack and for our defense. And probably offering trades now. I I don't love letting this human pick off a shield breaker or a dummy, but I think it's our only game plan. We are in a race whether we like it or not because of this Pathlighter. I don't know how you think we're taking him out with Kara before the Pathlighter gets us, though. I mean, I guess we can, like, attack with a 3-3, and that's pretty good. But I'm presuming they're going to do some... like, my presumption is that we're not going to be able to attack successfully with a 3-3 on the ground. That's a little bit high expectations in terms of how this game is going to play out. Oppo can do that, though. That's fine. It's not really fine. It's trouble. Trouble when they play a 7-7. I don't know if it paid off big when we're about to face a 7-7, but I understand what you're saying. I guess this is an interesting attack, but they win in the sense that I can't block. That's real rough, too. I think... well, I'm going to do this. We're going to actually attack with the 3-3, because they either trade the thing that we can't deal with, or they take 3 and give us a card. We're in a tough spot, though. If I were them, I would just take it. But may as well go, yeah, removal hunting. We have 2 Searing Barrages. We find one here, we're in decent shape again. All right, well, we're going to 2-spell it. We can chump and make them spend mana on it, so that they can't at least they can't drop a land and a giant. Yes, well, they go in sequence. It just does it twice in a row. We can also just take this. I think we take this, and even if they spend, like, let's say they give it lifelink and go to 15, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We can actually do 12 with the Searing Barrage off the top. That's not 15, but that's pretty good. I think we have to take this. 8-point life swing, but it's going to be either way. If I block, it's the same 8-point life swing, except we have a dead creature and they can't cast anything else. That's the only difference, Fuzzbuzz, right? Because they double activate and they get yeah, I'm going to say no blocks. It's not an 8-point life swing, it's a 4-point life swing if we block. But my point is they still get that life. Yeah, see, I liked the plan because we did have, I think we had outs, we had another, do we have another trap? No, what do we have for that? Maybe we were just kind of dead to the playing of the giant. Anything we can do here? Yeah, that was one option, Year of Glad. that was the tension. I was saying we can block and make them not do anything else, but then we lose a creature. Yeah, I think ping, find, barrage is about the only way, but we could. It's so much the only way that we're gonna do it style points. We're gonna do it with style points here. Actually, we'll leave this back. No, because we need to do it while they're tapped out. We need to get this. We need to get the card. If they block with the Realm Cloak Giant, I go looking for the Searing Barrage to finish it off. Oh, this isn't a gutsy line. This is a we're gonna lose this game line. So might as well do it this way. One time, dealer, just for the fun of it. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Well, that counts. Unfortunately, have to give up a... Do we play a land this turn? Can't remember now. Oh well. I'm going to choose a mountain because I can't remember. And I have a rope. So now I'm going to lose because we're going to find a Searing Barrage and not get adamant. But that's why I did that. I wasn't sure where we were at, and I didn't have the rope to figure it out. So, sorry. But yeah, sacking the plains would have been correct if I had known for sure we had not played a land yet. But I really wanted to play the ogre, so. And does it matter? I guess we want the veteran. No, I guess we want ogre over veteran here. At least ogre gives something menace. We could give this menace. Yeah, I'm going to chump with our veteran. Veteran goes down in battle. Oh, plains, how you aren't what we want to see. Now we got to keep everything up. What is it? See, I gotta ping this turn or else we can't play the card. I'm gonna do it. That's all we got, is pinging and chumping. The chumping would go better if we got something other than lands off the ping, but so be it. If this is dead cards and we keep drawing, if we draw nothing but gasoline off of the bold and Oppo draws nothing, we can actually still win this. All right, well, they didn't have nothing, so that's obviously trouble. Let's see, is there any way we can win? Yes, if we ping, find another creature, we can eat one, chump the giant, and still be in this.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Didn't ping the squire because we need to. I feel like we need to draw cards. think that's going to do it. Awfully hard to figure out how we solve this problem now. If we play the Fireborn and don't ping, we can block. I guess we now have to not ping because it's the only way to be sure that we don't die. But really, this is us slowly dying now. And that's going to be enough because the Griffin is going to be 4 power. At the time I did mostly, we were not dead. The time I played the mostly clip, I could easily define cards in their hand, cards in our hand, and stacked decks that would produce us winning the game. Yeah, that's true. I should have. That was a little mistake. I should have pinged. Played all those outs except that last one. Oppo going first. Any land, and we have some plays. We got to mulligan this. We'll keep this and bin a plains. I mean, you can call that a punt. But if you really want to call that a punt, I want you to explain to me how we go on to win the game from there. Because we're chumping a bunch of stuff on the ground, and like we just don't have the capacity to win after that, I don't think. We still see blue. Although you don't see mill that much, that's for sure. Yeah, this blue-red deck has been out in force and is pretty good against the 1 toughness decks that I've been finding myself in a lot with the availability of Boros. D, you are so late on that one. Come on. We'd be in much better shape on the play. Between the mulligan and the draw, we are stumbling a little bit here. No problem, Fluffy. And we all need to vent sometimes. No problem. Are we happy to trade Dummy for Apprentice? If so, we can send in Dummy. I guess I'm happy to trade Weaselback for either of those, so maybe that's the attack. Let's send in Weaselback. One reason I want to trade Weaselback off here, we don't have anything else to do this turn with the mana, and Fireborn gets better when there's fewer creatures around for them to make double blocks with. So Fireborn plus an active Sir Kara with Pump available is a lot. You know, that's right there is 4 points of first strike damage, which becomes very hard to block. And if the more you strip Oppo's options for blocking, the better. I don't think they're going to want to trade for the Jousting Dummy, but I also really want to play the Fireborn here. So, well, also they're showing some possible counter magic. So maybe we don't want to play into that counter magic. We could also, though, accept that if they do counter Fireborn, Sir Kara is the more important spell. So maybe they counter Fireborn, but they do something else, and then we get Sir Kara down. So I think actually, given the risk of counter, let's send the dummy. Because if they block, we'll pump, and then we can even still play the red cap. So we still have a play. And if they use mana or whatever to deal with the dummy after we invest 3 in it, that's actually fine. Because I wanted the dummy around. I didn't want to trade the dummy for the Overwhelmed Apprentice, is the bottom line. That's why I didn't send it. All right, they are going for it. If we trade for a trick here, that's fine. Bounce, whatever. They can merchant. It's not a tap ability. I didn't mention that was one of the things they could be doing, but it's so doubtful that the plan of a merchant on turn 4 is to be rummaging. Usually you're doing other stuff, so I'm also fine with that. If they're spending the turn using removal on our dummy and rummaging, that's actually fine. Oh yeah, if they want to counter this, also fine. Awkwardly, they are still showing didn't say please mana, but I don't think we can play around it anymore. We're going to try and get our knight going. All right, we landed. Sure took them a long time to figure that play out. Oh, that's interesting. Great. Let's... I was going to play the Fireborn, but I'm going to try and get him. We're going to use Silver Flame to untap Sir Kara in response to their attack. We can eat the Merchant and ping the red cap. Then Sir Kara stays tapped again, but... I think the value is worth it. Ooh, we get the Wolverine instead of the red cap if we want it. What do you think? Red cap or Wolverine here? We could also just do nothing and leave a 3/3 defender up. Yeah, I'm with Haj. I was going to get greedy, but I think we just like having it sit there threatening the board. Let's go Fireborn Squire here. Yep. But if we tap it to ping, we don't untap again. So you get one more use out of this before it goes back to sleep. And 3 points of first strike plus an additional fourth if we want it. Makes for a nice clean attack from the Fireborn. But no need to attack with the Squire. The Secret Keeper can block it and we get no value. If they're not going to block, we're just going to accept that level of damage here and deploy both of our creatures. Yeah, we saw one early on, but we've got two in our deck that we don't seem to find much. 2 Bargains, 2 Squires. Got some decent tricks around here. Totally expecting the Bargain off the top to answer, but no. All right, so we have... With the Youthful Knight now, I think we can just attack with everything. There's some risk here. 2 cards, open mana, but we're going to attack with everything but our Pinger. And they don't have great blocks unless they have tricks. Looks fine. Again, not going to pump. Going to go ahead and try and deploy the Ogre Errant. Good one. Was finally about to start dumping mana into that thing with the Ogre Errant making it vigilant, menacing, but nope. All right, still have good attacks though, so let's ship. Guess we don't need to send the Youthful Knight, or I guess we don't need to send the Red Cap. Make the Youthful Knight menace. If they double block the Ogre Errant, that's when we'll use Sir Kara to save it. Yeah, that feels right to me. Yeah, we could finish off the Secret Keeper, but I'm going to be very cautious with our final use of this ping. Well, I like Unexplained Vision, but I think we have enough pressure that we're not going to let them use the advantage of that card draw to turn their game around. Wonder, yeah. Two top, so they found some things they liked. Is it going to be enough? Yeah, let's send... Now maybe we just attack with Sir Kara even. Is that going to work? Let's see. If we attack with everything... Ping and draw... I don't know. Let's see. If we attack with everything, and we give Menace to, say, Jousting Dummy as our biggest threat, because we make it a 4-1, then... They let that through. They block a red cap. Yeah, Menace to Kara is interesting. All right, I think we send, though. We're going to send everything. And yeah, actually, I like it on dummy. I'm going with just the biggest thing we can make. I mean, they're dead then. Like if they let Redcap and Youthful Knight through, we just win. So they can't do that. Well, Mike, looks like Oppo has made a block that's the equivalent of us pinging Wolverine. That seems like a pretty good turn. They liked their draw, but it's got to be very good here. Well, is that enough? They pop back the... Nope, that's not enough. All of our creatures deal 2, and they're at 2. We got there. All right. Marching onward. GG Oppo. GG chat. Oof. We're full of 1s and 2s, yet see none in this otherwise nice-looking opener. This is why I don't love 5s in the aggro Boros, because they can clog up an opener like this, but I am hard-pressed to send this back. What do you think, folks? But it's on the play, so is it are you saying it's a mole then? Fool Auto, your current record shouldn't matter in this decision. Don't let factors like that affect your decision. I don't know what to do here, so I'm going to let chat decide. All right, this looks fine, and we're going to have to get rid of this barrage. 5-drop feels very far away here. Have to keep myself from reflectively scooping to this turn 1 play like I do in Constructed. I find the Cauldron Familiar Oven play sequencing so tedious that I refuse to play with or against it if I'm not playing for stakes. Yeah, we'll go with Veteran here and hope we find something for the Shield Breaker. Yeah, I might save this as just artifact removal here. Their eagerness to trade off the kitty suggests that, yes, their plan is to oven or play a forest and play a lot of food. Maybe a draw 2 here. Yep. going to try very hard to use this as artifact removal this game. I feel certain our patience is I feel certain it's likely. It's likely that our patience will be rewarded if we hold this as artifact removal. Waiting for the green from an obvious food deck. Now let's see if our Inspiring Veteran is going to be baked into a pie here. More fruit. That's much better than baked into a pie. Although their card advantage is getting pretty insane here. We got to get them dead before they turn the corner. How about a land off the top when we get this Fireborn Knight going ahead of them playing a perfect target for our artifact hate? Huh, why are they pausing? Oh, they had to discard down. I was like, weird. That explains everything. Trying to figure out what one green mana instance there were. All right. Make them choke on those cards as they lose their life. I don't know. Well, Oppo seems to have been blocking when they knew they could produce food to get it back. So now maybe they're out of obvious food production. Or yeah, maybe they found oven. I don't know. More fruit? Well, yeah, let's do it this way. All right, gotta hold. No, don't. You just die. Ugh. Okay, that's a lot of chumping. Only one red, too. That's being pretty annoying. Mike, how far back are you, buddy? Mike and I are like 7 minutes apart. Well, trouble is they respond by eating whatever food we target. I do want to do that, but the trouble is this is sorcery, and we can't really effectively do it at sorcery speed. Yeah, we're going to let them eat. I think that's what they're planning here. Yeah, see, this is where if we had instant speed destroy, I would absolutely do it right now. Trouble is the cat's gonna die, making it not safe again. No, we can't do it now either. Because now, if we target the food, they bring the cat back in response. That's what I mean. It's just tricky. There's just no real easy way for us to accomplish the play we wanted to in terms of food destruction with this shield breaker. But we got another knight down. We are putting them under a lot of pressure here. They've gone through all of their giant opportunity food now. Unreal, Drowsy. I have never wanted to beat a deck more in Limited in my life, I don't think. Not because even there's not even as a statement about my opponent and the quality of their strategy. I just loathe these cats and I want to beat this strategy. Oh, that would be so good. Player oven. Come on. Player oven. That's not the worst. Is there any reason to play it before attacking? We're now giving them the option to trade off their kitties. They get to eat red. They get to trade for red cap and dummy before this is all out. Cat's food. What are we talking about? I don't know what meme you want. So, urbanize it, tell me what meme you want. I think it's intended. I don't think they thought through the digital, but I think cat oven is an obvious combo plant. They can't double block? Oh, or else they die, right? So, do we send in the veteran then, if they can't double block? But they can heal to 9. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But then we pump. Okay. Blocking our pumpers. All right. Still can't do the shield breaker on food, though. They could do it in response again, and they probably will. We're going to just keep making them do this loop. Yeah, maybe it's time to play the shield breaker as an attacker here. Too late, though. I've been saving it maybe too long. Mike's still on plan save. Another giant opportunity, and I just shut down the stream for the day. Honor your veterans. Solid. Does that save them? They go to 7. Sure makes me wish I had played a shield breaker. I'll say that. Let's just top deck out of it. Yeah, we got removal. Why can't we find our removal? It's not fair. Magic's never fair to me. All right, now if we attack, assume they eat the veteran, they chump our pumpers, Youthful Knight cracks for 5. That's not good enough, but we can send everything but the veteran here. Everything but the veteran has a good result upon being blocked here. I'm going to play the shield breaker, and they're totally going to drop a vat on us, or a oven on us. You know that, right? Okay, they are going for the double block. We're going to pump here. No need to pump on the dummy. Okay. I think it's finally shield. They're at 4. I've got to play this, but man. Exploding Drowsy? Man, they keep clawing back. Keep clawing their way. So now they're a virtual 3 with 1 blocker with this food. I say virtual 3 because they're going to block something and drain us. Currently still dead, but scary. Bake into a pie changes everything. You know, they have 3 cards. They just drew. Sure wouldn't mind a Searing Barrage off the top to make this a little more moot. This is stupid. But if I had played this earlier, we'd already have won. So it's my own fault at this point. Stop trying to blame Oppo and start looking at yourself. Nah, we're still gonna find our well, let's see. There might be a reason to attack them to 1 here. I guess 1 isn't any different from 3 given our outs. I guess getting him to 1 turns Sir Kara into a win where it's not without it. But I don't think it's time to do anything that rash. We're gonna see if we can get lucky. Just making sure, Nantuko. Sometimes getting them to 1 is the difference between creating more outs. Ah! I'm so mad that we're going to lose to this strategy in this deck. Oh my god. Barrage top deck is no longer even a win, Hannah. That's what I'm so pissed about right now. Holy crap. Oh my god, I'm so tilted. People saying not block. Why wouldn't we block? I don't know. Cookie sack. Yeah, but they just get the damage anyway. Let them sack a cookie. We can't block the cookie. I don't know. I think we're doomed, and I'm hyper tilted because of it. Unfrickin' real. I guess we get a chance here because now Grim is off the table. Still don't have attacks though. Truly.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Well, might as well attack with Youthful Knight and then untap it and play the Squire. I'm assuming cat chump here. We could do two things here. If we untap it, we can actually just play the Squire. If we don't untap it, we can try and get them if they go for some kind of win next turn. But if we don't get this Squire down, like if I'm going to go untap and Squire. We have two barge-ins and I think this helps us play to both Searing Barrage and barge-in outs. Yeah, but barge-in just gets in for damage if we can get around them, if we can attack with 4. Okay. I played my land because we may want to ping on upkeep. Oh, there's that skewer we were figuring would come for us, but Youthful Knight, they can put skewer on the Curious Pair. All right, they didn't do that. Excellent. Ostensibly, we can attack for the win here. They have one card in hand. They have no food to eat. if we attacked with everything to get through, and oh, I guess they could let no, veteran and squire would be the unblocked, and they would only get 4 in. Yeah, we can ping for a card since we have Fireborn. It might, Robert. It's that we had lethal lines there, but if anything, if their card in hand was bad for us, it would be really bad. Well, it's more food for Oppo. Might be. Could just lose to fruit here. I think we have to go for the win now, though. The giant skewer will not make food for Oppo until they're already at 0, so the food from giant skewer doesn't matter. I think we attack with everything. Yeah, we're too we don't have enough room to risk any. We're at 2 life with these, you know. They're at 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attackers. So even our smallest 3 represent 6, and they don't have life if they don't have it. So we have to. I'm comfortable with this choice of. Yeah, we'll get double Night Pump. It does show them. It tips our hand that we have nothing else, but this is it. We win or we don't. Come on, let's defeat these cats in the food. Oh my god. We've only dealt Oppo 47,000 damage this game. All right, well, we'll pump here for good measure. I don't think it matters. They have to have something. Let's find out if they have something. Anything else to pump? No? All right. Oh, man. That almost broke me. Thanks, Razor. Did I miss a sub? Who's the sub? I don't see it in chat, so I must have missed it. Oh, giving away. I see. I thought people were saying that I needed to thank someone. Well, I will pre-thank Nantuko for giving away a sub. Thanks, Nantuko. Yeah, we'll keep this. It's a format of 1/1s these days. I would normally go Jousting Dummy into Veteran, but let's play Veteran and we can attack through the young lady here. Searing Barrage has a target already in a Lovestruck Beast. Well, I suppose they could have better pump than we have, but we're going to send in the Veteran knowing that we have Silver Flame to protect. They had the right pump. I was worried about Insatiable Appetite, which would not give us a win, but that Carver allows us to win combat. All right, here we just get to drop... Well, we can actually attack with Red Cap if they would like to... trade Red Cap and 4 additional mana for that Lovestruck Beast. We'll save our Barrage. But that's what I expected from Oppo, and instead we're going to go Squire Dummy, and we'll Barrage that Beast next turn. Now this is what Boros wants to do. Turn 5, land, last card. Of course we're going to draw one more, but you know, curve out, dump hand.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Thank you, Swordsman. This is somewhat of a concern. Could represent a trick on their part again. If they have another, they did not play a Carver, so let's keep that in mind. Lack of a Carver makes me want to send in. But then they can just wait because, like, we have to act first. Yeah, let's just add. This is scary. I'm just gonna play a Fireborn and pass. I see. I didn't really even want to... I guess I would trade Weasel for a trick or whatever, but I didn't even want to give them anything to respond to there. This is what I was looking for. The window to safely barrage. I guess we can leave that. Let's just barrage the beast now. And then we'll offer everything but the veteran for that Carver. Barge in can't stop. Barge in is attackers, so we're not worried about a barge in there. We'll get those pumps anyway is the thing. By playing this next turn, even if we draw another land. Alright, still gonna offer trades. That Mad Ratter could be rough if they start finding the tools. And also double pumping doesn't matter, we don't need to worry about that yet. We're gonna send in both. Yeah, Red-Green Ratter is weird, but Ratter has Thrill, so maybe they're just playing Thrill. That's kind of what I expected, that they are going to save the Ratter and try to deal with our 1 toughness team with a Horde of Rats. It's a wild rat deck. Well, you're still gonna keep pressing on them. Doesn't look like a thrill. Could be. We don't. Oh yeah, they can't thrill because they can't pay the discard. Sorry, you're right. Excellent. I'm not gonna swing with the veteran. I think the veteran is still something I want to protect here, even though they're at 5. Maybe I should swing all, but I don't want to just trade tracker for veteran. I don't think. Brutal. It's been causing red-blue tempo in Eldraine has been causing me problems because I keep playing 1 toughness creatures, but it's not amazing. Action, please. Action! That is action. That's what I'm talking about. And they don't have anything for this. We're just going to red cap the Carver. Poor Nantuko. Nantuko keeps giving away subs to my subs. Oops. I was saying poor Nantuko and I missed lethal. Sorry. But why did Oppo not do it? Sorry, sorry, friends. But why didn't they block? I was expecting them to block, so I didn't think about it. Jeez. I won't forget this time, although now they have to just individual block, right? My God. Now I deserve to lose. If I lose this game, I won't complain at all. That was a funny punt. But I think they are too far back now for that to cost us. Well, that was almost shameful. But to be fair, I was chat distracted. And also, to be fair, it was a forced block. I just, in my head, they were going to block. I didn't think about it, you know? I was like, all right, I'm going to attack with this. They're going to do this, this, and I'll talk over here in chat. And suddenly, wait, they didn't block? Six wins in best of 1. You know what that means, everybody.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Well, you finally got there, Nantuko. Thanks for being generous. The cake's a lie, Nantuko. Stay here. Another pretty weak early game, but we do get to pump the red cap, so I'm going to keep. We have all our mana. We're not, like, super flooded. I'm on Team Pie. Well, if Luminal's right about the cake, then I'm right about the cake being a lie. our local everything store, Fred Meyer, has a day-old bakery section that I always like to check out because it's like half off or better on bakery items, and usually they put them out there on the day they expire. So even if you buy, it's like they expire today, or it's not even expire. The best buy date is today or whatever. And I get these. I have a cherry pie upstairs. It's pretty big. It's not huge, but it's a pretty big cherry pie that only cost me $2, and nobody else in my house likes cherry pie, so it's all mine. I haven't looked at any of the previews. All right. The mill deck took off a big chunk of land there for us. We don't have the pumps to make it through, but just in case they're a little nervous Nelly, we're going to make them block. Ruh-roh. Emery's pretty good. Well, let's hope they wanted land. Now we get a good attack that says what you're going to do about it. 1 damage for our team. Oh man, they're still calling my bluff. They win. I don't want to spend 4 mana on that this turn. We're going to do... I would have spent 2 mana to kill Emery, but we're going to get our Fireborn down. Get Sir Kara going. They don't have counterspell magic, so let's drop the important creature here. I guess I'll attack for it. They keep calling my bluff, but I'll do it one more time. Eventually, I'm going to pump. But not today. Not this turn. Oh, it could be another drown. All right, another drown. They do have it. Wow. I guess I could have put that on the list of possibilities, given they already had one. We'll barrage Emery now, especially now that we've been countered there. Flooding out a bit. They may have a counter, but we can't really play around them and wait at this point. I'm assuming they're on Witching Well activation, and that's one reason to get Emery dead, is we don't want them to crack the well and then recast with Emery. So we got to get rid of Emery. All right, we tried. We had to do it. With our flooding, that's probably it. I'll play this out, but man, 8 mana? Not getting it done for us. I might scoop this one early if we don't draw some action soon. We're just under their thumb now. Not one for early scooping, and also they scried 2 to the top. Yeah, I don't even want to deal with this anymore. We're done. Flooding out with an Oppo under full control, have us under full control, and just scried 2 to the top. We're done. It'll be more pleasant to move on. Well, for like the millionth time, we are maximum games. Yeah, maybe Antilles. I don't think so. They could have if they had to, they could have blocked with Emery. It might have been an early scoop. If you had the discipline to play that out, fine. I would just, with the way this day's gone, I just didn't want to even deal with that deck. They win. Yeah, I could have waited. That's true. This looks good. Silly goose. That's a tough place to start against an aggro deck. Eventually they get to the place where 4 mana equals 3 life, which if they can stabilize is pretty darn good. Yeah, if they go turn 2 Oko, then we're really back in time. And in the wrong format. And I'm pretty happy. We've had some good games and made it to 6 wins no matter what happens here. So... I see what you're doing there with that line, Invincible, but they took that play off the table. All right, we get Barge in down to Youthful Knight. If they block the red cap, of course, we'll just spend our turn pumping the red cap. That's fine, too. But if they Queen blocks the Youthful Knight, we'll Barge in. All right, they're going for this trade. We could still just Barge in. And it lives. So yeah, I'll just do that. We'll still Barge in. Lets us 2-spell. Weasel's having a pretty chilly game. And we have way too many plains. Man, if we just had a mountain instead of a plains, and we could be done with land. If we could just never draw plains for the rest of this game, that would be a fine start. I know every time the Queen is played, I start singing that song. Nope, not let it go. My mind goes to cold as ice. Another barge. It is the not plains that I asked for, so I can't complain. Well, maybe they'll go for another block here with the goose, and we get to barge in again. Oh, they're going to move it over there. Okay, well, same deal. Weaselback, you say? Well, we still got the good attacks. We attack with everything, and our worst case is that Weaselback has to... no, maybe we can't attack with Weaselback. If we leave Weasel back and send in just the Youthful Knights here. Too many planes. Mountain, mountain, mountain. How about a mountain? Team mountain. Or maybe just team Oppo doesn't have any good cards to play. That's fine too. Craig asks, if I can't get my 4 wins without completing multiple daily quests, do I stop or do I go until I get my 4 wins? I would, well, first and foremost, Craig, have fun. What do you think is fun? I would say don't even worry about your gold at all if playing your new favorite deck is what you want to be doing, right? That being said, I would just get my 4 wins, and because the tricks to keep the quests available for spinning next day is worth about 25 gold, because you know you're spinning those quests, and so it's worth more to just play and win those games and get the 100 gold for the wins. So, all right. Yes, let's send in the Weasel. What you gonna do? You're not blocking a Weasel. You know you're not blocking a Weasel. All right, wants to block a Weasel. So we're gonna pump and play our other Weasel. We got a wall of double strike here, or first strike here, but Okame wearing that mantle actually gets past him, so maybe they're going to put mantle on Okame and put us to that test. Might just give him a card in exchange for a clear attack back. Frogify on Weaselback just makes me want to chump if they want to do that play. Or they're going to put it there. Interesting. All right, well, let's... let's Kara here. We don't have attacks into the goose. And now if they attack with the adversary, we'll just chump with the red, the 1/1. This is like perma 1/1 now, so who cares? Blue cap. Well, if we don't have trap and searing here. But let's ping face, because then we might. Boy, not only do we have it, we have Adamant. We're, of course, going to trap the Deathless Knight so they can't get it back. But not like that auto tap. Yeah, we could just kill the goose. Mike's got a point. I guess we can kill the goose. Goose is worse for us, right? Well, they equip, but they can't really attack now, or they're, you know, like, I'm fine with, if they want to go, okay, we get to chump with the red cap, it's fine. Chump with red cap, they take a whole ton of damage, and we get to attack with Surkara, get the card and 3 damage. Yeah, that's the thing. We couldn't attack through the goose, and then they'd be gaining every turn. That's what we were trying to avoid. Fierce, but we're still in a great spot here. We're drawing 2 cards a turn, slowly whittling them down. Now, I guess we take out, again, you know, you can make an argument either way. Let's start with pinging face, though. Yeah, but I don't want that ping. I want the ping to, I guess we could threaten it. Maybe I need to be threatening it, but I definitely want the ping to the face here. And Barrage can actually wait. Yeah, that's why the goose was so important to kill. We couldn't attack even with the ping into a 1/4. Nope. No Planeswalker redirection here. With that, we could chump. I'm going to go ahead and barrage this. Can't force a block on a creature that can tap at instant speed. All right, what are we doing with that there? I like going to the face still. And now we could swing. I'm just gonna wait though. There's no need to. This is pretty locked up. I mean, they're at a virtual 5 anyway. It's not like we get them dead. All right, with that land play, I think we're in great shape. I don't know what they can do now. All right. We're on a roll, chat. My play hasn't been perfect. I've been modeling seemingly every game why I am not a pro player, why I'm merely a very good Magic player, but not a pro player. I miss some lines, I have some leaks, you know? But at least my stream is a good reminder that even if you miss a lot of lines and have some leaks, you can still have success, you can still win the vast majority of your matches through some disciplined play and doing the best you can with that brain of yours. So not an easy game, but we did it. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just not pro, right? I'm not at the top levels, and I think it's just interesting and worthwhile to examine the difference between me and a top pro. Like what's going on in my game that's different from a top pro's game, and I think we see it all the time. I just little details, not seeing the decision tree all the way through, playing a little hastily. Little leaks, they just add up to enough win percentage that's the big difference. So let's claim this prize though. All right. We did it, and we're almost at noon, so nice timing. I played best of one, so we had room to do something if we bombed out early, but instead we did another 9-match effort, and now I'm going to go looking for raid targets. Maybe I'll... is it family friendly? I mean, it's PG-13. I've never said my my content is for anybody under 13, but Siggy's on. Let's see. Vintage cube with Siggy, that sounds good. PVDDR is on. What's he doing? Oh, he's hosting Mike. Well, there you go. Which draft do we want to do tomorrow? Whatever chat tells me. All right, we're going to raid Mike. Thank you, YouTube, for hanging out. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. And we'll catch you next time. See ya.